Alright, welcome to another installment of CagedPsycho's art competitions. We actually have, to throw this one back a little bit, we kind of dropped the ball on October's competition now that it is February. Didn't do October's, but we had a pretty good turnout. I think we had 8 participants, 12 voters, so we're going to throw it back a little bit. But I have a special guest today. This is Maggie. This is my daughter. Yeah, she likes to do some artwork with me too. So I'll sit there, I'll be painting my stuff, and she'll be sitting next to me painting her own. You want to show them what you got? What's the last thing you painted? Let me see it. This is one of hers. English. What did you paint?
A dragon.
You painted a dragon. What kind of colors did you use on this dragon?
Pink. A darkish red, I don't know.
Darkish red, I don't know. Alright, that's going to be a new color. Look out, Citadel. Darkish red, I don't know, is next on your list. What else we got?
Dark red, dark blue, and we got some
Lots of colors.
light blue.
Some light blue. It's pretty cool. Well, I like painting with you by my side, huh? It's a lot of fun. Yeah. I have a bunch of Chaos Cultists that she's painted for me, and those go on the table too. She's always a part of the games, huh?
Can I tell you?
Oh, go ahead. You got another one to show them.
I'm going to paint this.
Yeah, is that your Elsa? Yeah. Getting her into some Dungeons and Dragons too, so she's gonna paint a little sorcerer with me.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to CagedPsycho's art competitions. October, spooky themes. Alright, so what we did for this competition, the theme was spooky. So this is all Halloween themed. Do you like Halloween? Yeah? What's your favorite thing about Halloween?
Candy.
Candy. What's your favorite Halloween movie?
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
The Nightmare Before Christmas. She loves The Nightmare Before Christmas. So maybe we'll see some Nightmare Before Christmas themes in this, huh? So everything in this month's competition was Halloween themed. This was, ghosts and skeletons and anything to make it more...
Sally.
And maybe some Sallys in there. Saw some jack-o'-lanterns too, huh?
And Jack.
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do our feedback and responses.
And the mayor, of course.
Oh, of course. And she's going to give us some of her 4-year-old insight about what she thinks about the art pieces.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course I would.
Of course she will. Alright, let's get started. First up we have a returning participant, 401st. He brought forward the Necromancer.
Of course you yawn.
You're yawning? Oh, it is getting kind of late. It's only 6:30. This is the earliest I've ever done an art contest. Alright, this one's pretty cool. What do you like about this one?
I like the pumpkin.
You like the pumpkins. Our pumpkin's Halloween themed. He's like over the graveyard. There's some headstones. Wonder if that's Frankenweenies.
Frankenweenie?
Do you think Frankenweenie might be in that under that headstone?
Yeah.
I like the glow. That's some great source lighting. You can see it reflecting off of the tree and off of the model himself. There's a lot of light reflections in this because you have everything glowing from the skulls, you have the glow from the pumpkins, the sword, a fireball in his hand. Bigger. Let's take a look at the side view. Some more pumpkins in there. And the bat. Ooh, the red cloak really kind of makes it pop a little bit. So you have a lot of dark colors for the sorcerer, the necromancer. Ooh, the rusty pipe on the back is pretty cool. Rust is something that I've really been digging a lot into. I've started working on a Cthulhu-themed Gene Stealer cult, which has a lot
and
of...
the uppies.
And the uppies. Has a lot of rust put into the model, like the pipes or anything basically that the models themselves touch. So I'm a big fan of rust. So whenever I'm doing rust, I like to put down a layer of lead belcher, a layer of...
Yeah, that's what he does.
What's up? So I put down lead belcher, then I put the orange contrast paint down, hit it with the typhus corruption, and then dry brush it with Rise of Rust. So for first, I'd love to see what kind of combination of paints that you use. I like how you have a lot of the darker areas and all sorts of different points. So go ahead and leave us a comment. Let us know what kind of rust you use. Anybody else who likes to use rust in their process, what kind of combinations of paints do you use? Overall, it is a little dark with the black background, so it kind of the model itself kind of blends in, except for where the light really glows. All right, what do our voters have to say? We have, your basing choice is really good, very thematic and festive. Somebody else loves the pumpkins just like you. Somebody else.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, you like the jack-o'-lanterns. The level of realism is off the charts. The back shot with the light on the tree, and the tree looks so real. Just excellent. The min is great. Base is just so well put together and balanced. Great work. Somebody else said, OSL. It was actually looking...
Not me.
No, you don't like... What does OSL mean? You don't like it, but you don't know what it is. It's painting like there's a light source.
OSL.
OSL. Object Source Lighting. LOSL. Okay. Next we have ColdPsyker. He brought forth a Dark Apostle. It looks like we, is that a librarian that we used as the base model?
My favorite part is that, the sword.
You like the sword? What do you like about the sword?
I like the little things on it.
You like the little things? Like it's got the wings coming off of it. Some good colors, a dark orange in the middle, kind of makes it blend out to the yellow.
Yep, that one it is. And some throat actually right there, is it?
Yeah.
There.
Good touch. We have a red and blue theme, so on the shoulder pad you can see this is his word bearer's theme.
I like the head about it.
You like the head? What about the head?
The fire.
You like the fire on the head. Oh, you like on his backpack all these different skulls with the fire coming off the skulls.
I like the head.
Oh, you like the head on the shoulder pad. So it's like a book, and it's got the skull with the fire. That's called the word bearers. That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a really cool logo. Your paint scheme is actually very similar to mine. I like it. I use the blue shoulders and the red. Yours. Stop.
Throat.
So the only things I can really point out is on your weapons, the blending is a little harsh. Some wet blending might work really well there. And the fire on the back seems to be missing something. It's very flat. Yeah, so really your weapon and your fire could use a little bit more of a detail on there. I like the red to the blue, but I could be biased because that's how I do my word bearers as well. Solid paint job and color choice, but I'm not particularly spooked. Also, I feel like a little bit more effort could be made to differentiate from a Primaris.
Yep.
Yeah, she agrees. Very crisp paint job. The flames on the skulls seem unfinished, which brings this down. I agree. That's kind of something I pointed out too, huh? The gray hood looks a little flat, and it reduces the look. Really good paint job. It's smooth and has a nice visual balance. Making the fire brighter would be my only suggestion. This one's from ColdPsyker himself. I wish I could have made the bones stand out from the robe more. I am not sure how to do that with tan tones. So a lot of going back to the fire and making them look more fiery.
Ooh, the spooky ones.
Spooky ones. You know what we've been forgetting to do?
What?
We've been getting to name them. What do you want to name the last one? What's his name?
Bilbo?
Yeah, what is it? This is ColdPsyker's. What is his name? Boo? His name is Poop. Don't take offense. It's her favorite word. So your model's name is Poop. Let's give the first guy a name too. What's his name? What kind of name do you think this kind of monster would have?
Joke.
Joke? His name is Joke. Alright, I have a feeling that our names are going to get a little weird. Alright, GT the Chosen. Alright, here we have a Dreadnought. What kind of names you want to give the dreadnought?
Raffle,
Punch Face. I like that one. We have Punch Face the Dreadnought. Alright, GT. It looks like a... Is that flame or... Is that a flamer coming out of his gun? Kind of corrupted by a creature of the warp.
Ooh, the fire coming out of the gun.
Yeah, you like the fire coming out of the gun? The paintwork does look a little chunky, but again, you know, Chaos trim is not the most fun to work with.
Not the most fun.
I like the conversion that you did. It kind of has the with the legs on it. You're not doing your typical dreadnought. What do you think?
I pretty much like the eyes.
You like the eyes? The eyes kind of glow red, huh? Some good glowing red eyes. Alright.
No, I like the things on top, right there, right there.
I like the things on top of its head.
Right there, right there.
Okay.
Right
Oh,
there,
so like the
right
thing,
there.
kind of like the thing that's surrounding his head?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, what do people have to say about GT, the Chosen?
G-H. Right.
Let's turn off. Alright, GT, not a fan of the spider legs. See, I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
They feel-
that.
They're a bit too small, and I'm not sure that what the tendrils on the saw blade represent. Oh, okay. Fantastic model. Paint could be tighter in places, for example on the plasma gun and the grenade launchers, and the base has too many colors going on for it that don't vibe together. The rocks don't look painted at all, so it kind of looks out of place against your fantastically poised model. This is a great conversion, cool look with the bulky body over the 4 pointy legs. Not sure about the red thing coming out of the left arm, and I'm not entirely sure if it is a burst of flame or a demonic tentacle. That's what I said. What about your thoughts? What did you think was coming out of his hand? Let's take another look at it.
What?
What do you think the thing coming out of his hand is?
Gun.
The gun, but what's coming out of the gun?
Fire.
Oh, okay, so that's fire like a flame. Next, this was done by Koronak. What do you think of this guy? Let's give him a name. What do you think? The boy or girl to you? Girl, okay. What is this? Okay, what does it have a name? What's the name? You gotta talk louder, they can't hear you.
Rock punch.
This one's Rock Punch, not Punch Face. Punch Face was the last one. This one is Rock Punch. Rock Punch Sigvald Demon Prince. Okay. What do you like about this model? What stands out to you?
The hair.
The hair. Long, flowy hair.
Long flowy hair. I like that too.
Yeah, you like the long, flowy hair. Not a whole lot really shouts spooky theme to me, or that it's Halloween-y, but Halloween-y.
Halloween-y.
Maybe some of the bat wings kind of give it the Halloween theme, and some skulls along the base. The back of the wings are a little off to me. I'm not sure. It's kind of the way the light hits it. It looks like they're chrome wings, or very reflective. What do you think about the wings?
Good.
You like them? All right. What is his name? Rock Face or Rock Punch?
Rock punch.
All right, let's see what people have to say about Rock Punch by Koronak. This is a decent conversion, but the face is killing it for me. Thin layers and using shades to suggest depth rather than outright painted lines will go a long way. I thought the wings were just jet black for a while, but I noticed the different shades after a few looks. I'd say that the model is fantastic, but it's the presentation that lets this down. A black background would have made this look less washed out. You have a white background with dark glossy colors, maybe a lower angle to make it look more menacing.
And the sword.
And the sword? You like the sword? Yes! I like it, and it's a cool conversion. The wings look appropriate when you look at it from the front, while from the back it looks like they're a bit oversized. Possibly because the connection to the model is far more obvious, the gloss on the wings black is interesting but does not give a lot of depth. I like the model itself. The wings are kind of monochromatic and take focus away from the model itself. Alright, next up we have Living Skelenton. Very thematic to it. The competition is Halloween
Boy or
themed.
girl?
Is Living Skelenton a boy or a girl? I'm not sure.
I'm guessing it's boy.
You think it's a boy? Okay. Well, Living Skelenton brought Hellboy to the table.
Where?
This is Hellboy. Let's give him another name. What do you think his name is gonna be?
Skeleton.
Living Skeleton. Living Skeleton painted Living Skeleton. So, for me, nothing really pops a whole lot. It all kind of blends together. But also the model in itself, which is completely out of your control, the details in the actual model seem to blend together. Obviously, this is not Games Workshop. This is something from a third party that you entered into the competition. Looking at the right foot, it kind of disappears, like as if he's standing in water. Like you see the boot on the left foot, but then the right foot, there's just no foot there. So I think the lack of details in the actual model in itself make it kind of harder to paint and make things work together. What would you like to say?
I like it.
You like it? What do you like about it?
I like the blue.
You like the blue? You like those pants?
Yeah. And I like the cloak.
Yeah, his cloak. Oh, yeah. Did a pretty good job on that cloak, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe you could hit a little bit of highlights to the shade.
He painted it himself.
Yeah, did a really good job. So I look at the back of the model and you can see that left foot actually has a foot. So I don't know what happened in the front picture. It must have just been the angle that it kind of looks like it disappears into the mud of the base or the rocks of the base. Alright, responses. Great model, great colors, but its presentation lets it down. Nice clean paint job of a nice model. The finish looks a little bit glossy, although it might just be the light source reflections. The base is a bit too colorful for my preference, and I think it competes with the model for attention. Okay. Anything else to add to that? For Living Skeleton? Alright. Next.
I like the cape pretty much.
You like the cake pretty much. That seems to be your favorite part, huh? Yeah. Next we have Prax the Annoyance. Hey, is that you? Annoyance? Just kidding. Alright, Prax the Annoyance. What do you think this creature is? What would you call this creature? Prax the Annoyance brought to the table. The Demon Prince. Prax the Annoyance was brand new to this competition for this one, so this is their first entry into CP's art competition.
I think I can say something.
What's up?
I like the horns.
You like the horns. That really stands out to me too. Like those hooked horns coming out after you, dripping with the blood of its enemies. He also has done quite a good job of taking care of Cadia's last stand upon the tank. I like the detail that you put into the gun of the tank, how it kind of looks like something got jammed inside when it tried to shoot something and just exploded. With the black background, everything kind of just disappears. So I have to like really strain to try and find the details of your work. Did you use a base model for this?
I could say something.
What?
Beautiful guy.
She thinks it's a beautiful guy. We have different definitions of beautiful, huh?
Cool guy.
You think he's a cool guy? Alright. Did you use a model for the base and then build off of it, or was this something that was kind of like your own creation? Little sneaky eyeball on the side, like the seer of all things.
Prax
See the eyeball right there?
Oh yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah. Overall, very gory, very cool. I remember whenever you first posted it to our Discord, and I'm scrolling through and looking on, and I was just like, ugh, whoa, what is that thing? Gross.
And he has that little guy.
Oh, that little guy has seen better days.
But not me.
Prax overall, so good highlighting and shading on there. I love the blood drips. The blood drips are very well done. As somebody who loves like the movement of liquids to be appearing on their model, if you recollect a long time ago, I had a Hellbrood that was kind of ripping somebody apart, and hot glue is amazing. I'm not sure what technique you use, but I use a lot of hot glue to give the effect of moving liquids and then painting over the hot glue. I'm actually going to be doing that with a couple bases of flowing water over. Hold on. So I'm actually going to be using some hot glue as the basis of like flowing ooze over top of a lot of different terrain. So appreciate the dripping of blood effect. What do you have to say?
I love it.
You love it. You know, I think everybody needs her cheerleader on their side, because she is loving all of it. She is like, yep, all of it. That is beautiful. That is cool. That is loving it. So if you guys need a cheerleader, I'll send some, we'll get her on, what's that, Cameo, and send out a little Maggie message to everybody. You are wonderful. You are great. Your art is fantastic.
Yep. I like the dripping blood.
You like the dripping blood too? Yes. Alright, Prax, what do the voters have to say for yours? This is some truly monstrous stuff. Lots of Resident Evil vibes here. Love it. This looks like a really great model. The problem that I have is that I can't really see it. If you had smoothed the background fabric and used less aggressive Vignette. Wow, I don't know how to pronounce Vignette. This would have been scored higher. Rest in peace, Guardman. This is a nice touch. Very cool conversion with the dynamic pose. Alright, WildBilbo, a returning participant. Bilbo is typically in here every single month. Alright, Margaret, what do you think?
Ooh, I cannot name all those guys.
You can't name all those? How about, let's name them as a group. What do you think their group name is?
La Familia Navidad.
Say that again?
La Familia Navidad.
La Familia Navigaz? La Familia Navigaz. She's throwing some Spanish at you. We've been watching a particular movie that is very popular right now over and over and over again. So you can assume what the movie is with magical house and people. Casita. Though, for copyright reasons, we're going to remain anonymous on the name of this movie. But we'll know that you can't talk about this movie. So, WildBilbo brings a diorama of the OC Bone Reapers. It looks like this was your, I really want to go for OSL, and how can I test my limits of different types of object source lighting. So, you can see there's two different sources of lighting here. We have the blue glowing orb that's in the middle that they all seem to be standing around worshipping, and then you have the flames that radiate from the torches on the backside. So looking at the front, you can only really see the blues, a little bit of orange on the arm of the leader in the back, and then you look at the back of them, you see the nice red glow, but you don't completely take away from the blue of the orb in the front. How about your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this image?
A fire.
You like the fire. That's my girl. So, what do you think about the colors of this?
Yellow.
You like yellow.
I like all the colors.
Such a 4-year-old answer.
I like all the colors.
You like all the colors. So La Familia. Nabigaz. La Familia Nabigaz, you have some great yellow colors. And she likes the fire.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
So it kind of seems like they're out in the night and these are the only colors that are irradiating for these models. Alright, the feedback. Too spooky for me. The sheer willpower displayed with seeing this vision from beginning to end is incredible. The time taken to work out this OSL boggles my poor mind. And then to have the skill to follow through with doing this. I would be proud of this if I were you. And God willing, someday, I might. If I had to be forced to make a criticism, it is that the skeletons and scenery near the orb and away from the fire should maybe be darker at their backs to make the glow of the orb seem more intense. I like the idea, but the overuse of the blue has taken away from a great idea. I'm happy with how this one turned out, particularly the candles, which are an afterthought. This one must be from WildBilbo himself. So it looks like he was just going for the blue originally, and then the orange flames were like, you know what, I can give this some more. If I were doing it again, I would probably make the blue light brighter close to the orbs and extend the red glow out to the ground a bit further than I did. Somebody said, awesome OSL. You should be allowed to submit it for November contest as well. Yeah, so November we did the OSL, but I think we only had like 3 participants. We did Mother Color in September, and we only had 2 participants. So I think I'm going to make a video just kind of showcasing them, and because they all turned out really well, but they definitely deserve to be seen. So maybe I'll just give my insight, but we don't have an actual competition for that one. And our last entry to this competition, this person's new. This is the person that was really like pushing me to get October done, because she is entering her first competition with this one.
Me.
This isn't yours. This is Yousuffen with the Gaul Firstborn. Alright, got a name for this one? Are you tired? Yeah. She's fading fast. The good thing this isn't one of my midnight videos, because then it would have been her sleeping on my shoulder. Alright, so Gaul. Very cool. So I like the blood. Like, the blood isn't overwhelming on the sword. It's kind of like he's been through battle, but he's just making his way to the next battle. But it embraces the fact that he's bringing all these skulls and faces from previous battles. Like, I ain't got no time to clean my stuff. Let's go to the next onslaught. Great details on the stitching. With such a small detail, it can be really hard to not, kind of overcast into the areas around it. The base is beautiful. The pools of blood with all the faces in it. Yeah. Really, I don't see a whole lot of critique that I can bring to this. I like the white scars on the helmet.
I got a name for them now.
What's a name for him?
Love.
His name is Love.
Love.
I love love. Yousuffen brings Love, the Executioner, to the table. Yeah, so I don't really see a whole lot of criticism to bring to this one. Very dark theme to it. Maybe some other people have some differing thoughts about what else could be worked on. Yousuffen is the very first person to give feedback to her own model, and it said that this is my own model, don't count it in the ratings. Don't worry, this is about self-criticism too. Just because you enter into the competition doesn't mean that you can negate your own opinions. I doubt anybody in these are like, yeah, you know what, I'm perfect, boom, 5s across the board, 10 overall, this model is perfect. This is all about, not only people giving you feedback, but for also you to look back at your model and say, ooh, I noticed this, and I can work better on this. You've seen that with a couple of the reviews on this one from WildBilbo, one from somebody else earlier. I can't remember exactly who it was, and I'm not going back at the moment to find out. You make this model look good. The cleanliness of the Scar's helm is a good contrast to the grimness of the model. good highlight and some good choices of color here. For example, the White Scars helmet. Do you see some chevrons poking out? Maybe the side view could have shown that. I think lighting here is your enemy. I can see the reflection of a light constantly on the front, which is the focus point of the Mini. This can have this effect of ruining the colors on the model, especially with a lighter background. Maybe have it to the side or get two and hit it from either side. So the criticism there is just more of your photography and how to get better lighting on the models. Light boxes are really cheap to get off of online shopping websites that deliver in 1 to 2 business days. Or, you know, I have multiple lights in my office that I've used to take pictures. Just kind of play around and see how you can get good lighting. Try avoiding using the flash on your phone when you're using your camera. Yeah, Maggie agrees. See. Yeah, overall the model is very well done. And then my favorite part is the bone focus. It gets drawn to that and the effort shows. So overall, really good insight for your model. I know you are very concerned about kind of hearing about, you know, what kind of input have for your model. So really, a lot of people just absolutely love the model. You can just kind of work on photography for it. All right, let's get around to the voting. I have kind of lost a child. She got bored and she's getting kind of tired, so she's gonna go play for a little bit, and now you just got me. Sorry, your cheerleader is gone. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the top 4. We had 8 participants, so we'll do the top 50%. So, coming in at number 4 with a score of 18.17, we have Yousuffen. Congratulations, you were one of our newest entrants into this competition. And I look forward to seeing, you know, what else you bring to the table. I think you've entered into the last one as well, which we're currently in the voting for, so we'll see how that turns out for you. So you scored that 18.17. You had, out of a 5, your highest score was on artistic skill, so everybody really enjoyed your artistic skill, whereas your creativity and originality was a 3.25. Which was mostly because you brought more of a basic model to the table that was already existing, which doesn't really take away from a lot. People really enjoyed it, so don't get too hung up on that. Coming in 3rd place, another new entry, we have Prax the Annoyance. You scored a 19.25 overall out of a score of 25. You actually scored the highest out of any of the participants. You tied with somebody else who we'll get to whenever we get there, in creativity and originality. So you scored a 4.5 in originality, which is our highest for that category, so congratulations on that. Your lowest score was in your artistic skill at a 3.5, and then your presentation was a 4.0. GPA, you're doing really well. All right. Coming in 2nd place with a score of, this one was close, with a score of 22.17, we have the La Familia, La Bogotas, or whatever she had called them, La Familia of Skeletons from WildBilbo. So yeah, you had a 22.17. You had the highest score out of anybody in artistic skill. And you had a 4.42 in originality and a 4.5 in overall, so really you had great scores. Everything was over 4.4 altogether. So congratulations, 2nd place for WildBilbo. Coming in at number 1, we have 401st. You scored a score of 22.5, so you were only about 3.3 above WildBilbo coming in for that top spot. You had the highest score in presentation. You tied with Prax the Annoyance with a 4.5 in originality, and you got beat out by WildBilbo in artistic skill, so take that up with him. So congratulations, 401st. You are our number 1 participant in this competition this month. I'm really excited for December and January's competition. We did open play, a lot of new participants. Literally, I'm going through the whole survey, putting everything together, and my mind was completely blown by how well some of these models really came out. Like, everybody did a really good job in what they brought to the table. So I think January, December's open play is going to dethrone the top 3 guys. 401st, WildBilbo, Warsmith, Kim. They've basically been winning all these competitions since September of 2020. I think somebody calculated out. But no, I think this is the time to say goodbye to them. So we'll see who takes the #1 spot in this upcoming one. So congratulations, everybody. First, WildBilbo, Prax the Annoyance, Yousuffen for being our top 4. And then Koronak, Skelenton, GT, The Chosen, ColdPsyker. Very well done. I loved all your work, and I'm seeing all this development from people who have been in this competition before. Seeing the development of where people went from October to now January, December. It's very cool to see the development. So I'm going to stop talking about people's painted models, and we're going to get to the important part of this competition. We're doing our free giveaway. So some of you who have never seen a competition before, or are new to the competition, or are just generally kind of confused as to why didn't Furrow first get his prize? He was the best voted overall. So this competition is kind of more towards encouraging people to paint. Obviously, if we were to give the first place prize if we were to give the first place person a prize every time, the way kind of things have been going, it's just been the same 3 people all the time. So I want everybody to have an opportunity to kind of get something. And doing it this way kind of encourages more people to enter the competitions, which means more people are getting their stuff off their shelf and out of their pile of shame. Actually, the competition we're working on voting for right now, I have 19 different participants. It's our biggest one yet. And it's really exciting to see so many people getting involved and being able to grow from their work. So that's kind of why we're not going for the first place. First place is more of bragging rights. The people who have been getting the top positions, actually I think it was Furrow First himself that specifically said when the question arose, like, oh wait, there's not a prize for the first place person, he was the one that says, no, it's for bragging rights. The prizes are general random entry. So they're very understanding that, they're not in it to win something. They're in it to put forth their best work and kind of see where they can continue to grow from their stuff. Alright, so you see we have our names. We have the wheel of participants. We have all 8 of our people entering the competition. Kind of what we decided to do is, depending on the number of people that are participating in the competition, is going to determine how big of a prize that we're doing. So obviously with less people participating, it's going to be a smaller prize. More people participating, it's going to be a bigger prize. We've done a wide variety of different prizes throughout this competition. We've done model giveaways, we've done painting palettes and handles, t-shirts from Games Workshop. There's so many, I can't even keep track. Pop Monkey, I think, might have been the last one. We did a Pop Monkey giveaway. So for this one, we're just going to go basic and simple. We're going to do a $30 gift card to Amazon. So it doesn't necessarily have to go towards anything that's painting related. So this one's going to be a little bit more of an open play, open resource. I can promise you next prize is going to be much better, much bigger. Alright, so let's go. Let's give this wheel a spin. What do we at? Oh, we're getting close, and our winner is, oh my goodness, this is gonna finish. Where does it end? Never ending. Oh, there we go. It finished. We have ColdPsyker. Congratulations, ColdPsyker. You are our winner for this month. You have received the $30 Amazon gift card. I will get a hold of you personally and get that information sent out to you. Thank you for everybody who has entered the competition. can't wait to see this next video. I am determined to get it done in a timely manner. I will not let you guys down this time. I'm sorry that I forgot about October until, you know, how many months later? 4 months later. Another video is coming out soon. We're going to take a look at apps that can kind of get you through your pile of shame and see what you still need to work on. Half of my shelf back there is at least maybe a quarter of my shelf back there is painted. If I'm being generous, I think I'm being a little bit too generous. But so we're going to take a look at these apps and see, you know, what they bring to the table. We have a couple iPhone specific app. We have an Android and Windows app that we're going to take a look at and see, you know, how well they do at keeping track of, you know, what you still have to get done, what you have done. And hopefully you can differentiate. It's like, hey, this one's built, but it's not painted. This one's primed, but not painted. This one's, we'll see what we got. Came across them on Reddit, so we'll see what kind of praise they hold up to on there. So until next time, let's ring the bell of Nurgle, click subscribe, and I will see you next time. And hopefully not in such a long distance of a time. I am between semesters starting next week, so I've got some time. We're going to get some stuff done. I'll see you next time. Peace out. Love ya. Bye.